Using countermeasures in Star Citizen is very important. You always want to make sure you're using flares and noise effectively and not waste them. For example, there are only certain types of missiles that flares are helpful against. So in order to understand what countermeasures to use, you have to understand the different types of missiles that can be used against you. The three types of missiles that you will face in this game are infrared, electromagnetic, and cross-section. Infrared missiles work by detecting your ship's heat signature. Think about the Predator movie and how it can find its prey using only infrared. In essence, the hotter your ship, the easier the missile can find you. Electromagnetic missiles seek you out by actually reading your electromagnetic signature. The larger your ship, the larger the components are, which means stuff like your power generator, shields, and even energy weapons all put out an electromagnetic signature. And finally, we have cross-section missiles. These missiles work by essentially using active radar. The larger the ship, or its cross-section, the easier that radar signal gets bounced back to the missile. Now that we know about the three types of missiles, let's talk about two types of countermeasures. These are known in-game as decoy and noise. Decoy being flares, and noise being chaff, respectively. They are both used to conceal the various signatures that a ship can produce, essentially distracting the missiles from their intended target. Chaff or noise countermeasures, by modern aerial warfare standards, consists of a firework of aluminum-coated glass fibers, which are designed to stay airborne for as long as possible. The chaff is ejected via a small pyrotechnic charge, which also produces some heat to further confuse enemy missiles. These are effective against all missile types. Decoy, or flares, are essentially a way of confusing infrared-guided missiles. The missiles lock onto the target using the heat signature produced by the engines of the targeted ship, so the flares are used to try and redirect those missiles. Flares are very effective against IR-guided missiles as long as you deploy them quickly enough. If the missile is too close, it will not have time to change course and may still impact you. If you've ever encountered enemy ships, you'll notice that if they lock onto you, you'll get a warning blaring. If their missiles lock onto you, then you're going to get another sound. And once they've launched missiles at you, you'll hear a steady beeping. You will also see a visual representation of the type of missiles that are fired at you in the heads-up display or HUD. The types of missiles are indicated by three different icons: infrared, which looks like a flame because it represents heat; electromagnetic is represented by a bolt of lightning; and finally, we have cross-section. Now we can discuss how to properly use countermeasures. Since the entire point is to confuse missiles and targeting systems, we want to make sure that we deploy them early, as soon as you hear the missile lock sound. To deploy flares, simply tap the H button. If you want to launch more than one flare, press and hold H. Keep in mind that when launching multiple flares at once, you'll burn through them a lot faster. Larger ships, such as the Hercules C2, will have more flares available to use. To deploy noise, you simply tap the J button. Noise is more for confusing the targeting system of your enemy. Keep the cloud of noise between you and them and they won't be able to lock onto you. As soon as you leave the cloud or it dissipates, they'll be able to re-lock on and launch missiles again. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button because it definitely does help this channel out. I do hope you enjoyed it. I wish you all a wonderful day out in the verse. Take care, citizens.